Okay. Please go.
Okay, thank you for attending today's webinar. This webinar will be recorded and shared. So first, I'll share my slide first. I hope you can see my slide, right? Okay.
Yep, you
Okay.
can see it now.
Yeah, today we are going to talk about the AI native, means that the AI is naturally implemented in all the topics. The quantum-driven logistics and mobility webinar. We have our guest speaker is Menos Joseph. He is a Chief Business Officer at Supercool Quantum. The briefly talk about the schedule first. Okay. Okay, so I will go over just an overview about today's topics. And then we have a special session that actually the series of this webinar is to invite industry uh, expert and then hear about the very practical concept, like practical ways to share the insight about the industry. Today we have Manos Joseph. So I will explain, and then he will share the insight about today's topic, and then he shows some demo, and then we have about 10 minutes and Q&A session. Okay, so I will start my overview, and then if you look at chat box, I share my presentation, so you can look at it. So I have some prepared something many like very comprehensive way. So I've skimmed over the most of the topics I prepared, but I will be just touch off on the focus, so set the stage that when you like hear from the Joseph, Manos Joseph, and then it'll be the way to actually help you to understand. Okay, so first, the AI and quantum-driven logistics mobility. So from global operation complexity to AI for hybrid quantum intelligence. I want to talk about what the current status in the industry-wide. So transformation is going on. So logistics, mobility, and supply chain, they are actually integrated because it's not meaningless to divide them anyway because it's a traditionally someone talk about logistics, someone talk about mobility and supply chain, but actually they are integrated. The section introduction that I recommend you read later, but actually that what is the global trend, right? So what is global trend driving logistics transformation? So supply chains are becoming increasingly global and interconnected. Yeah, that's true, right? And then consumer expectation continue to increase, and sustainability has become a strategic business priority, right? Because like is a government compliance with matters and the global like politics matters. So they call ESG. And then sustainability and climate change is something risk. So this is a matter. So why? So organizers must optimize not only cost and speed, but also resilience, sustainability, and customer satisfaction across increasing complex global operations. Okay. And intelligent technology are transforming logistics. The AI enables intelligent operation decision making. Actually, the most of the today's participation is in some way expert to driving the adoption of expert in their specific field, and then we may trace that the digital transformation of this logistics and supply chain and mobility is driven by AI for the past decade. And then, because they are with so-called Internet of Things, so continuous operation visibility is an old concept, but still is viable. And then cloud computing, high-performance computing, robotics, and automation accelerate operation. So why it matters? So emerging technology are transforming logistics from reactive operation into intelligent, connected, and data-driven operation ecosystem. And then in the mobility means previously mobility, one of the big mobility company is Uber, right? Because it's kind of like connect to the network of the like curves that service to the consumer level, and also like a lot of the like logistics company operating their freight and other like the transportation system. But the actually the recent focus is not just mobility, but they are integrate energy. So one example is electric vehicles, right? EVs are transforming transformation infrastructure. That's the definitely trend. And then transformation and energy are becoming operationally interconnected, and electrification create a new business opportunity. So future mobility, right? Because this is a huge sector. When I like visited, when I attend like this year's CES, it's a one big like a showroom, right? It's a size of the like a field, like a soccer field, is occupied. Is all the like companies show up their the future mobility. So mobility will increase depending on coordination, transformation, and energy as one intelligent operation ecosystem. So so the toward intelligence logistic ecosystem means that logistic ecosystem continue to increase in scale and complexity, and operational intelligence is becoming a strategic capability, and a new computational paradigm is beginning to emerge. So we can expect a rapid growth in operation complexity, natural race to next question. Can existing computational approach continue to optimize this increasingly interconnected logistics and mobility ecosystem? This is a key topic that we are going to address today. Okay, so then what is the modern logistics mobility supply chain have become computational challenging, right? So so I recommend to read this one. So what is operational complexity is growing exponentially. So modern operations of this logistics, mobility, and supply chain involve millions of interconnected decisions, right? So it's a very complex situation. Actually, I wrote an article about this, like in the Hormuz crisis, like there was war between the US and Iran. And then you see that all the matter actually relate what it called logistics supply chain mobility. So that kind of complex situation and very situation is one actually the area, very, very strong focused area, actually the quantum advantage, they will show up. So they can be, they provide the supercomputing, the infrastructure to handling the computing this complex situation in even tied with the global politics, something like that. And the business conditions continuously evolve. So, and then complexity grows faster than operation scale. So modern logistics is no longer simply operation challenge. It has become a large scale computational challenge requiring continuous optimization across highly interconnected ecosystem. So the why optimization? So actually, one way is optimization is traditionally well known, right? So there are many type of optimization required in logistics, supply chain, and even mobility. But its nature is a combinator. Means that many logistics is just a combinator optimization problem. So additional constraint dramatically increase computational complexity. So better optimization directly improve the business performance. So the challenge is no longer finding a feasible solution. It is identifying the best possible solution within an exponentially expanding operational search space. So traditional planning is reaching its limit because of traditional enterprise systems are designed for relatively stable environment. And today's operation environment require continuous adaptation because of the harsh and the very ever dynamic changing of environment. And the optimizing individual function does not optimize the ecosystem. So it means that the future logistics depends on continuously optimizing interconnected ecosystem rather than independently optimizing individual operation functions. Okay, so and then even that we know that AI adopted and that they provided some intelligence why, but even just the AI alone is not enough. So AI predict what is likely to happen, but optimization also determines the best operation decision, but large scale optimization remains computation intensive. So AI provide the operation intelligence, but optimize transfer intelligence into actionable business decisions. So that's why I mean by the AI native quantum computing is a step in, and then it will be required, and then it is a topic that will be Manos will discuss about in second section. And then why hybrid computing is emerging. You know, because recently there are a lot of the focus on about the like news in the quantum computing ever increasing in the innovation breakthrough in hardware, but still we are not the fully developed stage as a stable like a technology adopted in the industry like a smartphone and other things like a mature stage, right? It's very still early stage. So some optimization problem continue to exceed the conventional computational capability. So we are looking for the supercomputing like environment to looking into most available, even traditional high-performance computing, and then the ever increasingly like a better performance, but still have some limitation. But anyway, the try to adopt like a current state of art quantum computing. So we need to be like very cleverly like utilizing this like computing infrastructures. And then so future interface computing will be hybrid, right? Because not just only quantum, not only the classical one, there will be the it's kind of like optimization way to utilizing computing environment. So this is a topic actually source Manos will talk about. And then also like so we will toward the new computational paradigm. So operation intelligence requires multiple computational capabilities, and enterprise computing is evolving toward hybrid intelligence. And then focus is shifting from in individual technology intelligent orchestration. Okay, so I will set the stage. What is meant by AI hybrid quantum framework? So so from this operation to intelligent operation. So traditional enterprise system automate business process. So AI enables intelligent decision support, but intelligent operation continues to adapt to changing condition. So future of logistics, for example, shifting from automating business process to continuously optimizing business decision. So what is an AI native operation? Means that the business object become computational objectives. So AI transform business intent to operational recommendations. So operational intelligence support the human decision making. So this framework means the AI provide prediction and reasoning, optimization, identify the better operation decisions, and hybrid computing provide a complementary computational capability. So so what is the current status, right? I talk about quantum, and then I witnessed that over the past 2 months. Actually, I promote this webinar, and I connected globally about 200 professional. I believe that they are the leader in this space, like logistics, supply chain, and mobility. And I want to invite them. Actually, the looks like their attitude, like maybe something feedback or what a reply to my invitation is very passive. It's very like not much interested in topic, right? So, but actually that's I'm not sure it's a personal reason or whatever. In general, the status of this like reward quantification and logistics mobility supply chain optimization that I just made an infographic is fantastic. There are is more than around 20 actually the existing pilot or initiative is like a collaboration with the quantum computing providers plus like the readers in logistics supply chain and mobility. So this is a real thing, right? And then it will ever accelerate. So I think that it's a good time to if you are a reader in this space, you need to be explore this opportunity. That's my recommendation. I'm 30 years in all in emerging technology area, so my sense of the inside of the future, whatever coming future, I think they're always correct. So that's why I recently focus on quantum computing. Is time to market to involve. So I here is something I summarized the whole things in a one infograph. So there are for example, here is like for example Volkswagen and DA, right? And then IonQ and other like Boeing, right? You can see that Amazon and other kind of like logistics supply chain and quantum innovators involved in this pilot initiative. So it's time to you can join and explore this opportunity in the early stage. Okay, so this is so it's time to frame to practice. So without any delay, so I would like to invite Manos to share his insight in the practical implementation. Manos?
Thank you, Alex, for having me, and great to meet all the attendees here. So I will just give a quick intro about me, and then I will jump into the day's topic. So I'm Manoj Joseph. I am the CBO, the Chief Business Officer and Board of Director of SuperQ Quantum Computing. We are a public traded company on the Canadian Securities Exchange. And I have been in this quantum space or supercomputing space, the hybrid space, from last 1.5, 2 years now. Previously, I was with a blockchain company for more than 4 years on enterprise blockchain, and prior to that, I for IoT and a couple of things. So, thank you very much, Alex, for setting up the stage and the context for this session. I will first will walk you through to a few slides to show what we are doing, and then I will jump into a demo instead of our offering, which we call it Super. So Super stands for superconducting, superposition, and as of course the superhuman and the Superman aspect. So I'll just share my screen. So is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, where the super cute journey started, or super journey started, was that our CEO and the founder of Super Cute Quantum, Mohammed Ali Khan, had built a solution, a first customer facing application with D-Wave systems. And we have taken that full experience, and as you see that experience, we trained our AI agents as an autonomous team of PhD people working for you. So where we started, we went live in 2025, July. It's almost a year, going to be here, and we are on three exchanges currently. Stock is listed, and Q1 2026 is where we launched the super platform, and Q1 2026 is where super PQC suite we announced. And we are based in Canada, US, Germany, UAE, India, and of course Philippines and Japan and Korea, South Korea, with Alex being with us soon. So this is the architecture of the platform, and so what we have done is that we have created an orchestration layer. So we are not just a integrators as such; we are an orchestration layer where you have multi-agentic autonomous AI agents, multiple of them which work with you. So one side of this architecture, you can see it connects to a quantum hardwares, and the other side it is on the classical solvers. So the whole idea is that the platform helps the user without a quantum PhD to start building the solution what it requires. Maybe most of the solution will require classical solvers. Many will require a combination of classical plus quantum, and as we speak, there is not yet a pure quantum application, commercial application available. And then this is a super PQC, that is, we call it super post quantum cybersecurity. So we have, again, it's part of the orchestration layer. I will show in the demo. And happy to answer any questions if you want to, please. So What does the platform as an output? The platform provides as a super notebook. Again, this is a something which I'll show in the demo, and it is more about executable playground sort of a experience for the user. So why super? So classical systems and solves in a line, and then super. The way we have built it is like a spear. So we are using the power of the quantum aspect to make it more uh, to work like a spear. And this is what currently is the super advantage. So you have the business cases, what you see on the left, and then we have the platform. Then the hardwares are connected, and then we have two. Yeah, so first, so in the super platform, first is the classical method which you see on top, like super platform, and after the results are after that process, then it what you want to achieve on a quantum utility as well as quantum security is done. So far, any questions from the audience, like, or I can move on to the
Oh,
demo.
you can go ahead, and then if they have a question, they can leave in the chat box. And then also we have an additional Q&A session after your talk. So yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So this is how the platform login is. This is the demo platform, and this is the login or simple login. So anyone who is a non-PhD in quantum also start experience the power of the platform. So this is the landing page, and for we have multiple business cases which is listed out here, which has been run on various systems, and it's been there with support of customers. So there are two aspects to it. One is the industry aspect, what you see here, and the other one is the research. So you can see different research papers and research is done on the platform. So today's topic, it's about supply chain. So I'll just pick a very what do you say, current problem statement. That is the global tariff supply chain optimization. So you know that whatever is happening in the world, along with the what Dr. Alex mentioned, there is a point of global tariff also. What, how will this global tariff impact a per se company's overall planning? So this is a classical. This is in a natural language. It is typed, and it says that a US-based electronic manufacturer sourcing 8 component categories for 15 suppliers across 5 countries to serve 3 US demand regions. So 2025-26 US tariff imposed additional tariff stackings, and creating effective. So you can write the entire your problem statement in natural language and put all the constraints, and you can add your PDF and Excel sheets or any sort of formatted files into this problem statement. And this is what you a user gets, is that gets translated to a JSON file format. And then once this is done, here is where this is where you start the journey. So once this is done, you submit to super, and this is when you submit a super, the agent, this agentic network, that's the super agent pipeline, starts working to start first to define the problem the machine can understand, a classical machine or a quantum machine can understand. So you can see that the first agent has done its job. That's the problem refining agent. It is trying to refine the problem and ask you qualifying questions. So I'll just pick one of them randomly. And regarding the scenario robustness and all, I'll just say strict. So it will show. And then once this is there, it goes to look for the hardware or the recommended approach, that what approach should it take, like. So here it is received, the handoff is received, and the problem size is moderate, but constraint density is high due to the scenario robustness requirement. scanning for. So it says that Groby, the classical solver, can do the magic. So we'll just click the Groby, and then we run to and we hand over to the code and coding and the hardware agent. So as the coding agent does it, still it comes and keeps ask you the same, uh, clarifies that this is the approach you want to do. And this is the part. These are the entire part which is a IP for us, right? And if you look at here, the code which was generated by the AI agent had some error. Let
Manos,
me.
can you? I think that the your slide is it pointing the basic architecture? Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, I can see
Oh,
it.
sorry. So I need to start again.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Okay, sorry. So this is how the classical this in natural language you can put the all the you can list out all the supply chain optimization. So it's a US based electronics manufacturing sourcing 8 component category for 15 suppliers across 5 countries. And the so entire problem is defined in a natural language here. And from that natural language there is a JSON format output coming out, and for the super platform to understand, to run it on a super platform. So once we start running it, the super platform, this is where the problem refining agent, the first agent in the pipeline, agent super agent pipeline comes in, and it starts refining the problem, and it starts asking relevant questions, qualifying questions, like optimize for minimum variation and this thing, pure cost driven density, 8 suppliers at least per country. And then you see that this is a algorithm recommendation agent which comes in, and then it starts checking the different approaches and comes out with a approach which is very close, like receiving handoff from the problem refining agent, evaluating a 5 country supply chain matrix for solver compatibility. So I'll pick, it says that classical solver is the right approach, 95% match. So I will just take this and I'll just hand it over to the another agent, that is a coding and hardware agent. So the workflow what you see here is the one which is very much our the moat we call it, right, where the hardware agents and all are creating the basic algorithm. So here again I selected Groby, but then it's popping up if I want to use the D-Wave hybrid CQM or so, then I can just do this. I can say, and then it starts generating the codes, and then it deploys into the hardware. So there is a error coming up. So then when the error is coming up, that is the time where the code error resolution agent comes in, and it starts working around the code, and then the last agent goes and deploys the codes into the machine. And you can see the notebook is now created, and on the right side you can see what approach it was taken and why it was taken on the business side as well as on the technical side. It explains on the technical assessment also. So after this process, there is, when you go down you can see that the code was generated here, plus the algorithm was generated here, and it gives the full logic about the flow, like declaration, input, algorithm function, variable constraint, and everything. And this you can tweak as you want by training the agent, and also by changing the code here directly into the into this notebook, and then you can regenerate the codes. And then this is where the other agent, that is the visualization agent, comes in. Then it creates the visualization dashboards. So in this case, landed cost heat map, whatever should be the thing. And then trade map is showing that how this trade should be, categorized or planned, like to avoid uh, uh, the thing. Plus this is the other part of it, so we are doing industry baseline comparison with this research comparison with some research papers, and how super is able to be the better option or better output comparing both the aspects. And you can create a chart. So this is again a agent which you can, any company, anyone can start training it. And then it shows the metrics, and it shows what was done. And then there is a API part. So API part is where we have the APIs, so people can consume the API from this particular notebook. So notebook to notebook is where, and you can just share it, export it, and all. So this is on the optimization side, and I will just quickly show you the security part. So this is the securities dashboard, quantum security, wherein we are currently you can analyze the Web 2, Web 3, and infrastructure. I'll pick up the, for example, I'll pick up the crypto side of it, Web 3, because it's quite hot right now. So I'll say Bitcoin, and you can wait for the magic. Yeah, so Bitcoin network is like 38% PQC ready currently. And it shows the strength and vulnerability and recommendation what to do. And you can see more reports like different things. So I did a the other day I did IBM. So IBM score web score is 78% to comparing 100. Google also we did, and it was 82%. So this is, and there are a lot of other features in it because it's a tool. It's a set of tools and services for the securities part, quantum securities. So so that is the two aspects in the platform. Like I said, it's about create a building uh, solutions for complex problems, which has a computational bottleneck. So yeah, this comes to the end of my demo and my session. And thank you everyone for coming and listening, hearing us out, and look forward to take the questions.
Thank you,
Thank you.
madam. Okay, so we have earlier, but actually the Q&A session. So if you have any question, it's a good opportunity to ask him about the old aspect because it's very like a fantastic demo, and then it's a good opportunity to ask him anything about today's topic or other topics. Right? He know everything. So correct. I think that you may be very interested in this field, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it.
yeah, it's so funny you talk about that, Manoj, because my partner and I yesterday we had our first ahead of the curve or uh, conversation podcast webinar. It was very well attended, and one of the conversation topics that I always bring up with him is, where we are when it comes to PQC, QKD. Does it need to be implemented? Is that urgency rising? And then you look at what's happening around, Google, and they're warning about, the banking system, securities industry, fintech, um, Bitcoin, everything with cryptocurrency, and you're starting to see the need for this massive need for uh, not only security, but really the cryptographic security that you're describing in the call today. So that was a big part of our conversation yesterday. We actually got some pretty good questions from the people that attended. So yeah, this is right on point for a couple of the portcos we already have at Cubits Ventures. So great job.
Thank you. Any other question?
So, Craig, to add it, I have gone through this Y2K attack, right? I moved my profession from tech to more to business development, right?
Yeah.
The company busted. So, what I come across is that people keep on asking this question: that is this PQC real, and is it urgent? So, my answer to them is that people just kept on talking about it till 1999, you know. And 19 I started the seeing the effect by, say, June July of 1999, you know.
Yeah.
2000, by December everyone was like, oh.
Yeah. Last minute, we got to get this done, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally
but
remember that.
in this one, I was telling someone today afternoon, I had a physical meeting here, and I was explaining them that in PQC or a quantum world, your neighbor will be building a computer, but you will never know it, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to
Yeah.
come and tell you that I'm building a quantum computer in my in my closet, like,
Yeah.
right?
No, that's
Because
exactly right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we don't know. We actually don't know. The other one, at least we knew what is coming, right? It is just a matter of the day or the day, but here we don't know. So it seems very much scary part of it, because there is no other mechanism to understand whether this is really going to crack it, because it's not just going to hack it, it's going to crack it, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Great.
think I think at a enterprise level, and again, this is referring to like what we talked about yesterday, and then we have a port code by the name of American Binary, which actually came up in our conversation, which is actually a VPN tech that is post-quantum cryptography, PQC, that already meets NSA, CNSA standards. And that's the whole Harvest Now decrypt later type of mentality, right? So, I think when it comes to like these multi-year systems re-architecture, like for global enterprises, like I said, financial institutions, defense contractors, there's already, I think, an order out from the White House that came out this month or last month that wants to crystallize like we got 4 years to get this right from a quantum safe, high value assets perspective. But I do think, to your point, I think it's going to happen in phases. I think it's a whole kind of a migration process, if you will, because there's just so much to it. I mean, with protocols, TLS, SSH, I mean, some of these I have to get familiar with. But there's classification, there's hybrid deployments, there's public key, PKI. I mean, there's all these different protocols that you have to address because we're just so far down the road with security and how dependent we are regarding the enterprise and banking system. So it is an unknown. It's very much an unknown, and we're all figuring it out together at this point. We're just try to be ahead of the curve. That's what venture is, right? So that's what we're trying to do here. So
Yeah, I think like recently there was for example, there was a two executive order signed by the president, right? Is it
yeah,
one
yeah, it
is
was recent. I know it
quantum
was recent.
innovation, the
Yeah,
other is this quantum security, right? So
right.
actually,
Yeah,
because it's they are also not just for the in like a cyber security actually that this global supply chain, right,
yeah,
is a
absolutely.
tangle, right? They are very effectively kind of like to be adopt this kind of quantum security, right? This network is really global, like I think the broad like network, right? The global commerce is running through this global supply chain and logistics and mobility, right?
Right,
So
right. Because I mean, yeah,
yeah,
to your point, I mean, this enterprise is only as secure as its weakest vendor, right?
right.
I mean, you have to look at it from that in infrastructure standpoint. I mean, it's fully quantum safe. Is it vulnerable? APIs, SaaS, but I mean, this whole like vendor risk assessments, core technology. I mean, this, well, like we said in the call, I mean, we're at June 2026. People don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people realize it, but they don't realize how fast that these security issues are really going to start to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to start address it like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
So, if you just see my slide on this, so we are more focused on the cyber security side, all
sure,
right, post
right.
quantum cyber security. So we our approach is diagnose to defense. So we believe that right now do the diagnosis, right? Let the pharmaceutical or the medication come in the market, right? And then you do the defense side of it. So currently our project also is around that, and which is about strategy and audit and look at a comprehensive way of your ecosystem, your endpoints basically, not
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
just only the cryptography,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is our approach, and that's where we are heading to with our super PQC and our project.
Very
And
good. Very good.
what we believe is that there will be a world where we want to optimize something, right? And then we want to make it PQC ready also. So our platform should be able to do both at a time at
Mm-hmm.
some point.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Great
Yeah,
job.
that's a very, very like
Mhm.
emerging trend in the global, even in the, because we see that is the current state of the like politics environment is very complex, right? 'Cause, for example, even the United States have a so powerful in intelligence, right? They never
Yes.
expect like a war with Iran is going that way, right?
Yeah. True.
Yeah, so nobody knows what will happen. So I'm have a very funny idea to the thing, right? Because of the this optimization will be powerful, right? And then if
Yeah.
you even we can adopt this optimization, quantum optimization in the like our reasoning, right? Is a decision
Mhm.
making is very powerful, right?
Yeah.
I just think
Right.
about like recently the focus on this Ukraine and Russia war and then Iran and US war, then the pattern of the war is completely changes, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think
That's a good
about
point. Yeah.
it's an all network game, right? Because
Right.
a network of the drones, right, and then information network, and then also like like recently that the humans are not the acting party of the war, so robotics, right, and then also like a drones, and then Manos he actually introduced me very fascinating pilot that the Super Q did with the D-Wave about the swarm of the like agriculture robotics kind of like the transportation system to make optimize, right? So I just think about that kind of idea to be in the battlefield, right? So how to optimize for based on your battle strategy, and then utilizing drones and then robotics and humans and integrate and then optimize the way to win the war.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
just think
think
about that's very fantastic
I
idea.
know it's all like kind of like almost out of a movie type stuff you're talking about. Like what's really happening to humanity? I mean, what's our role going to play in this
Hmm.
evolution and change? Is great points, but I mean, I think it's kind of a staged process. But I mean, I think you hit so many points that drones and different areas of security and how people are how people have to adapt to that and interplay with that and business and human relationships and you've got of course you've got Musk Elon Musk behind the futuristic technologies and everybody on SpaceX and what he's doing and
Hmm.
the the security reasons he has to be talking about and thinking about that whole enterprise and about
Yeah,
what
even
he's
you
building,
talk
Sam
about
Altman and everything
SpaceX,
else.
right? So
Yeah.
in the future, maybe the million satellite
Yeah.
surrounding Earth,
Right.
and that's the optimization problem, like how to optimize, right? So
Major
that's
optimization
contract
problem.
one, and
Yeah.
then I think that the quantum, the optimization is very important. That is why
Right.
that this super Q is a pioneer, and then
Right.
there is actually implementing like practice things, right, to provide the real world problem as an optimization problem is utilizing all the supercomputing infrastructures. So, right.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm just thinking about how I can spread this fantastic innovation to other world, right? So
and
that's
then and then and
I
then
found the limitation because of the I tried my best to invite as many people to know about this fantastic thing, but still I'm not influencing enough to be to that. I think in that aspect we need your help. Right? You're more much influencer. You are the venture capital, right? So everybody just sorry after
I do the
you,
best I
right?
can with
Because
what I'm learning
they
every
need the
day.
money, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think that maybe we can discuss further, right, with the Manoj,
Sure.
you and
Sure.
me,
Of course.
about how we can collaborate at a partnership.
Yeah. I mean, Manoj, yeah, I love to collaborate further. This is a great discussion, as we had a great discussion yesterday, and you know, it's a great time to be in the industry. It's a great time to. I mean, obviously, Super Q. I mean, you're already looking. I mean, you're building a business around it. You're monetizing it hopefully soon, and revenue generation. And this is just the beginning. And I think we're just kind of in the first inning, maybe not even the first inning. So very, 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 very good time. And we're always evaluating opportunities at Qubits Ventures, and but we think what's going to drive adoption with quantum technologies is really this urgency around what Manoj was talking about, is like how this is really important to get this PQC right, right? Not only here in the US, but on an international level. You have to get this framework correct before everything else evolves. And I think that will really drive adoption of how the quantum industry needs to be looked at much more seriously. And I think you saw that about 3 to 4 weeks ago with the U.S. government coming in, and I think they deployed about $2 billion into foundry technologies, and also several different modalities. I mean, it was 9 different companies, both private and publicly held. So that's basically telling the world that we're a venture investor into quantum. We want to be forefront in this technology. We know how important it is, but we want to spread our risk, right? We want to spread our risk in a portfolio very similar to what we're building here at Qubits Ventures. Same philosophy, same mentality, but you have to start looking at it that way. And then you saw the UK come in, you saw Japan come in. So you're starting to see these sovereign wealth, really start to allocate capital to these quantum technologies because they realize the importance of it from just a pure national security level. I mean, think about that. Just from that level alone, they have to be ready. If they're not ready, then everything falls apart. So I just wanted to bring that up. I know you guys read about that, but that was another topic on our conversation yesterday. That the U.S. government becoming a venture investor is a very much, it's telling the capital markets that this is real, that this is something that you have to be paying attention to, and that they see value in it. Not only from a you know where the businesses are set up, but also like you know this is a huge investment opportunity, and this is a balance sheet move. This is a return move, but it's also to like position the country and companies in the right way, right? So that's all.
Thank you, Craig. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you guys.
fantastic.
Appreciate the time.
Yeah.
I'd love to
Manoj,
talk
do you have
further.
anything to share finally?
No, thank you, Alex, for having me, and Greg. And I see that Will also is joined from our team. Thank you, Will. And yeah, everyone who attended this event. And please reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You can reach out to Will also on LinkedIn, right? And we are there, happy to showcase a proof of value
Okay, thank
instead
you.
Absolutely.
of
Thank you. So, as I talked earlier, that this recording will be shared, and then that's just for the attended. Actually, I have a previous webinar attended about 2,000, so I'm going to share to spread these fantastic things, right? To everybody should know about it. Okay. Thank you to attending today's webinar. Okay,
Thank you,
so
Alex.
the Venus and Craig, do you want to discuss the privately? Then then other people can leave.
No, we can connect later, right?
Yeah, okay,
I got
yeah, we
it.
can connect
Yeah,
later.
sure.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Thank
Very
you,
good.
Ray.
Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you, Alex.
Bye.
Great job. Thank you, guys. Have a
Have a
great
nice
day.
day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.